Good morning to each and every one of you, especially to our panelists. We are the sixth presenter, and I am Ms. Relacion, the research leader of this group. So now I am going to introduce my group members, starting with Rizzy Pocot, Janelle Flores Umatoy, Mia President Orlando, Mary Ann Olmilio, Denny Jean Macau, Jonah May Sarmiento, Jamaica Saura, Helen Jail Amarillo, and last but not least, Janela Production. Starting with our title, research is titled The Challenges and Opportunities of Pre-Service Teachers in the Integration of Text-Based Generative AI or Generative Artificial Intelligence or Gen AI in research. So, onto our rationale.
So globally, generative AI integration presents both challenges and opportunities in education, presenting disruptive technologies and ethical concerns, while also allowing researchers to focus on complex tasks as it lets them make the work more easier and efficient. So Philippine institutions are exploring generative AI for academic research and instruction, aiming to improve students' outcomes, automate tasks, and enhance research processes, but faces validity and reliability challenges. Integrating AI into education and research at CTU, enhancing instructional content, automating creations, and providing quick feedback, but reliability concerns persist. So for research gap, this study aims to address the knowledge gap as in existing literature on AI integration in research lacks information, particularly the use of Gen AI and how pre-service teachers handle it. Also, most of the studies in the use of generative AI in education lacks quantitative analysis, so this study aims to address the methodological gap as most of the existing study focuses on qualitative and case-based research. So researchers aims to explore the challenges and opportunities in integrating text-based generative AI or Gen AI into pre-service teachers' research, aiming to prepare future educators for AI-driven education.
So our study is grounded from two theories and a framework. The first one is the Technology Acceptance Model or TAM, a theory of which provides a framework of understanding pre-service teachers' attitudes and behaviors in towards the adoption of new technologies. The second theory utilized is the Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology or the UTAL model, which employs to examine the factors that influences the intention to use AI. The study also utilizes the problem AI interaction and reflection or pair framework, which explores the opportunities and challenges of integrating text-based generative AI and research. The integration that we aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of the factors that shape pre-service teachers' attitudes and behaviors towards the adoption and integration of AI as a pedagogical tool in their degree programs. So, under the related literature and studies, after an intensive investigation across multiple literatures, the researchers have identified the challenges and opportunities associated with the integration of text-based generative AI. The challenges of which include the potential inaccuracies of data, biases, and ethical concerns in the content generated. On the other hand, the opportunities of text-based generative AI lie in its ability to enhance learning experiences and data analysis. Generative AI is a powerful tool that has the potential to significantly transform society by boosting productivity and economic growth. So on to the statement of the problem.
This study aims to determine the challenges and opportunities of the pre-service teachers of Cebu Technological University, Argao campus for academic year 2024 to 2025 in integrating generative AI in research as basis for designing instructional aids. So, specifically, this study seeks to answer the following sub-problems. First, what is the profile of the pre-service teachers in terms of gender and program? Second, what is the perception of the respondents in the integration of generative AI as to ease of use, intention of use, and perceived usefulness? Third, is there a significant difference in the integration on students' level of perception on the integration of generative AI generative AI in research with group according to gender and program. Fourth, what are the challenges and the opportunities encountered by the pre-service teachers when in the integration of generative AI in their research? And fifth, based on the obtained findings, what interventions can be proposed? For the significance of the study, the results of the study would best benefit the following: the students, the administrators, the teachers, the community, and the future researchers.
Now let's proceed to the research methodology. For the design of the study, researchers employ a mixed method approach known as convergent parallel design. So this approach allows simultaneous gathering of quantitative and qualitative data. So utilizing this kind of approach, you can recognize the unique strengths of each of the methodology. And according to Creswell and Creswell 2017, the creation of the quantitative and qualitative findings will enable the researchers to construct a comprehensive understanding of the research topic. For the flow of the study, this comprises six phases. For the first one is preliminary ensuring validity and reliability by selecting suitable variables, developing questionnaires, and obtaining necessary approvals and consent. The second one is the descriptive quantitative method, in which the researchers will use validated questionnaires to gather quantitative data, and then will proceed to tabulate, calculate, analyze, and interpret the data using various statistical tools. Next is the descriptive qualitative method. Through interviews, the researchers will explore challenges and opportunities identified by pre-service teachers, and the analysis includes semantic analysis. So the next phases are integration of results, output development phase, and the last phase, which is the dissemination phase, which includes the research reports and the communication of findings and output of the study to the appropriate audience.
For the environment of the study, this research will be conducted at Cebu Technological University, Argao campus, located in the municipality of Argao, Cebu province, specifically at Quintanar Street, Lamagan, Argao, Cebu. And the campus boasts a reputation providing high-quality education with its state-of-the-art facilities and experienced faculty members. Through its rigorous academic curriculum and strong industry connections, CTUAC continues to uphold its reputation for excellence in technical and vocational education, making it a premier destination for aspiring professionals and researchers alike. Cebu Technological University Argao campus offers accessible technologies such as the internet that provides the students, faculty and staff an advanced internet connectivity service to support educational purposes as well as research. Wi-Fi hotspots are located in this office of CTAC, where the students are free to get a PIN code for longer browsing to internet and a seamless access for educational and research purposes. Cebu Technological University Argao campus serves its students diligently, which make university as life as diverse with its opportunities and for acquiring knowledge in technology.
For the respondents and participants of the study.
So who will be the respondents and participants of the study? So the participants and respondents of the study will be the pre-service teachers enrolled in the College of Education, and researchers will select the respondents or participants because they have gone through research, which is one of the requirements in the data gathering procedure. So in the descriptive quantitative methods, which is known as the respondents, use purposive sampling in selecting respondents, and a total enumeration of 141 students to consider, given that we will focus on the BEd 4th year, BSED Math 3rd year and 4th year, and the DLN 4th year students. Next is the descriptive qualitative method, or the participants from the 141 respondents from our quantitative from our respondents, we will select 6 to 12 respondents, which is good, which is a sweet spot for the data saturation. And if data saturation will not be met, we will going to add another additional population from our respondents. Next is in selecting our participants, we're going to consider the inclusion criteria, which will serve as our constant, reliable, and objective manner as means of identifying the students' population. our inclusion criteria, to be eligible for the study, participants must have completed a quantitative data collection procedure, have actively participated in research project involving the utilization of generative AI in research, and lastly is have a varying level of experiences in using generative artificial intelligence and are willing to share their experiences and challenges and their perspective in the integration of Gen AI tools in research. And for our instrument, descriptive qualitative method, we call them our instrument will be the interview guide question, which is researchers made questionnaires, and before it will be administered to our participant, it must undergo validity testing from the panel of experts. And interview questions will be about the challenges and opportunities of Gen AI, generative AI in research. And for our descriptive quantitative methods or the structured questionnaire, it is both an adopted and researchers made questionnaires. And before it will be administered to our participants, respondents, it will first undergo validity testing from the expert from the College of Education. And it has two parts, which is the part one, which is the profile, which is the gender and the program. The part two, which includes the level of awareness of the integration of Gen AI in research. And for the scoring in the quantitative method, scoring is for the scoring.
So for the data gathering procedure, it encompasses three phases: the preliminary preparation, data administration and collection, and the data analysis and interpretation. Initially, researchers ensured variable suitability and located reliable survey questions from prior studies. Instrument underwent validation and pilot testing, followed by seeking authorization. Then participants and respondents were briefed and provided informed consent. For quantitative data, a validated questionnaire will be utilized. The researchers will coordinate to classroom mayors for effective distribution of the survey. Responses will be collected confidentially. Qualitative data will be gathered through in-person interviews, starting with pre-interview to establish rapport and trust. Interviews will occur in a quiet, private settings, adhering to agreed-upon time frames and subjects. All interviews will be recorded for transcriptions while ensuring confidentiality. Finally, collected data will be consolidated, analyzed, and interpreted by the researchers, with qualitative data undergoing thematic analysis. Findings will inform conclusions and highlight the significance of the study.
Okay, so for the data analysis, this study incorporates both quantitative and qualitative data analysis. For the quantitative data analysis, the researcher includes frequency count in simple percentage to understand and tally certain characteristics of the respondent's gender and program. And for the weighted mean, the researchers assess important factors of pre-service teachers, ease of use, perceived usefulness, intention of use, as well as the perception towards Gen AI integration in research. And for the one-way ANOVA, the researchers determined the significance difference in the perception of pre-service teacher and the use of Gen AI based on program and gender. And for the standard deviation, the researchers will measure the variability of the responses. And for the qualitative data analysis, the researchers will examine the interview transcript using the thematic analysis to find common themes and patterns. And this study will follow the 6-step outlined by Bronner 2006, starting with the formalization of the data, in which the researchers will reread the interview transcript to understand and mark important ideas, and after which the researchers will then generate initial codes, assess the codes from the different parts of the transcript, and then next, after the generating initial codes, the researchers will search for the team. So the researchers will review and organize the team based on organize a team that emerged from the data. And after searching for the teams, the researchers will then review the teams, so in which the researchers will group similar codes to see if they relate to each other. And after review the teams, the researchers will define and name the teams to capture the main idea, and making sure that the teams are clear, concise, and directly related to the research question. And finally, for the last step, which is producing the report, the researchers will write the findings
in a clear, concise, and logical manner, supported by the data-driven evidences and an analytical narrative that justifies the significance and implication of the research findings.
Now for the limitations. The primary objective of the study is to conduct a comprehensive analysis of the integration of generative artificial intelligence or Gen AI in research utilizing convergent parallel mixed method design. This approach seeks to provide anyone's understanding by combining the qualitative and quantitative methodologies aiming to mitigate the limitations inherent in each method. Furthermore, the study's time frame is constrained, which may impede the depth of the data collection and analysis. Lastly, employing the convergent simultaneous analysis, where quantitative and qualitative data are analyzed independently, might neglect potential connections or patterns that could emerge from integrating the data. Acknowledging these limitations is crucial when interpreting the study's findings. For the rigor of the study, the researchers ensure the credibility of the study's findings through employing both quantitative and qualitative data collection methods, and in this study, the researchers are committed to ensuring the validity and reliability of the research, following the standards set by Guba and Lincoln of 1985, as cited in Crabtree 2006, having the criteria of credibility, transferability, dependability, and confirmability.
For the ethical considerations, the researchers will uphold research ethics to safeguard participants' rights, privacy, and confidentiality. Before the research data collection, the participants will be provided full disclosure of study's purpose and obtaining informed consent. The researchers will be using pilot-tested survey questionnaire for data collection, and to collect the data more accurately, the researchers will encourage honesty and transparency in participants' responses. Additionally, assuring participants of the right to withdraw at any time without consequences, thus minimizing harm or discomfort. Also, ensuring unbiased documentation, examination, and reporting of all data and findings. And throughout the study, the participants will be treated with respect, decency, and non-discrimination by the researchers. The next is the definition of terms. The terms: challenges, ease of use, generative artificial intelligence or Gen AI, instructional guide. The next is integration, intention of use, opportunities, perceived usefulness. Lastly is the pre-service teachers.